Hey everyone, and welcome to the 86th episode of We're All in the Same Boat. Avengers Endgame is out, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But first, I want to say that I am here with Shayne.
I stand Captain America.
Michael.
Well, hello.
And Nick.
Hey, what's up?
And before we get into the review, remember that you can always check us out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Leave us a review on the iTunes app. That would be great by going to the search, typing in We're All in the Same Boat, scrolling all the way to the bottom, hitting 5 stars. Woo! That would be great. Guys, welcome to the podcast. Let's talk about how great it is to be back after watching the final, not really final, Marvel movie.
Yes, that was actually a big thing. Like my friend, when the movie was over, my friend was like, well, that's it. And I think Nick had the same conversation. Like, well, that's it. I'm like, well, no, there's literally going to be more movies. No, the Avengers are over. I said, no, but there's going to be more. No, that is it. It is over. It is done.
Don't
Spider-Man literally comes out in a couple of months.
Nope. It's over. We're through.
This could have been the last one in a way. It did tie everything.
Could have been.
Up.
It's the last one of this like little series.
Saga.
Series.
Saga.
So I saw the film on Friday. So I've had 3 days to think through all the stuff that happened in that movie. And I still am soaking it in. Because, damn, that was a long movie. There was a lot of stuff. I was like out of breath. I
was like, this is a lot.
Yeah. I had to get some ice cream.
And just 3 hours.
I just sat on the side of the road.
Dude,
I got
You sat on You sat on the side of the road like after the movie.
I basically became homeless for a few minutes. You know, just like on the side of the road.
Contemplating.
Like, I have to think about this.
Did someone give you change, assuming that you were homeless, eating your ice cream?
That's right. They look I look all destroyed. My eyes are all red. They think I'm on drugs because I've been crying.
That's funny that you said that because my phone died right after the movie, so I couldn't even express my feelings. Like, at all. I was like,
because the movie's so long.
Yeah, I know.
The phone just ran out of batteries. So, I don't know how to start this other than just start.
Spoiler warning.
Let's start by saying that Avengers Endgame and its opening weekend sold $350 million, or made $350 million in the U.S. and $1.2 billion worldwide.
That's scary.
Man,
that is the highest opening weekend.
Disney is
ever.
now poised to take over the world.
Disney's
they were already
so
poised.
much money this year.
Someone was
ridiculous.
saying, someone at my work was saying, oh wow, Marvel Studios made all that money, like they even need it. And I was like, well, you know who owns Marvel Studios? Because it's even funnier, because it's Disney. It's like of all the companies that don't need more money, it's Disney. So not only it's just
right.
That's a lot of money.
It set the record for like every opening category for any movie. Biggest box office opening on the planet.
Yeah.
I think it beat Star Wars by like 100 million.
I almost
ridiculous.
didn't want to go see it because like of that. I was like, I don't want to give Disney more money. Like they're gonna take over the world. But I was like, I gotta see it. But I gotta see it though.
I don't want to see it because Disney's taking over the world.
Yeah,
One of my coworkers is going to see it May 4th. So he's waiting that long to go see it.
Good luck.
I know. I feel bad for him.
The day of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's weird.
Wow, wow, that's blasphemous. In Star
I
Wars.
guess I didn't think about it. He is seeing it on Star Wars Day. How dare he?
That's funny.
How dare he? That slut.
This is also the Russo brothers' last movie. R.I.P.
Oh, really?
And RDJ's last movie. R.I.P.
Their last
Avengers movie. Marvel movie? Yeah.
Not their last movie.
They're just quitting directing.
No.
That's what Tarantino.
Marvel
have you guys
movie.
heard? That's what Tarantino's doing. When he makes his 10th movie, it's going to be his last movie, and he's just done.
Well, he's old. He's been doing it for a long time.
Didn't he say he quit like on his 8th movie though? I thought he said he was quitting then.
No, he said 10.
10.
Interesting.
So
this movie better be good.
all right, let's talk about Avengers Endgame. And if I call it Infinity War, I'm sorry.
From the
Infinity War 2.
No, don't say that. From the first shot in this movie, I knew exactly how this movie was going to go. Opens up, you see Hawkeye and his family. This daughter's learning how to shoot a bow and arrow. I'm like, oh, this is such a nice little scene. in the nice countryside. And then I whisper over to my friend. I'm like, yeah, his daughter, she's about to disappear. And then, boom.
Yeah, let's start off by saying that the opening to this movie was so good.
Yeah.
I loved the way they did that. I was so excited, like when it started out, because like just I like the framing, like the way he goes to get the arrow and he turns around and it's like you just see it like just barely any dust like settling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he looks over and the other two are gone and the cameras are panning out. Oh, it was.
I didn't expect the whole family
me
to disappear.
either. That got me right away. I was like, oh, this is
like,
already about to be emotional. I said, this is about to be an
sucks.
emotional movie. I'm like, it just took his whole family. And then, so yeah. So that was pretty good.
Opening, great start. I like as soon as it started like that, I was like, that's a good way to start the movie.
And it's so crazy because I just watched Infinity War again yesterday, and the pacing of these two movies are like so different from each other. Because Infinity War starts off with Thanos killing a bunch of people and getting 2 Infinity Stones. Like, whoa, we're off to a fast, epic start.
Right.
And this movie, it's like a lot slower pacing than the first part.
This movie was definitely slow paced.
It was 3 hours.
Felt like
it was
3 acts
3 hours and it was
for
long.
sure. Like almost 3 separate movies, really.
Yeah.
I didn't even feel like
they had a lot to
I
get
went to the
through.
bathroom like at some part where people were like talking about their feelings, and I was like, okay, now's the time to go. And I looked at my clock, my watch, and it was like 2 hours. I was like, whoa, it did not feel like 2 hours at this point.
Oh man.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a long time.
It was definitely exciting.
Yeah, on my notes I have Hawkeye family. Dust. Whoa.
Dead.
So good.
Just whoa.
And then I say Iron Man playing football with the blue girl.
Nebula.
Oh yeah, tabletop football.
Yeah. Which was funny. Could we start off by saying that? This movie was so funny.
It was really funny, but it was also like it wasn't as goofy as
It
the
was
other
a
ones.
lot. Yeah, it was like a lot.
I thought
of
Infinity
things.
War was funny too, but
Yeah.
I thought this one had just different shifts in tone for sure. I just there was a lot more sad parts.
Yeah, it was a different type of humor. It was more like, well, yeah, it was just a different type of humor than what they've been giving with like just the more in-your-face stupid humor, except for a certain character. But I don't know if we're gonna get to him yet.
Yeah. Just saying, this is 100% all spoilers throughout this
true.
entire thing.
I already
Yeah,
said that.
You did?
I said it like I said it like the beginning of the podcast.
Just put it in the
What?
description.
Well, we're just saying it again, just so you know.
Yeah, funny movie. I thought it was like a lot of the timing and the lines are really good. The next note I have is Iron Man is so skinny.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Yeah.
notice that? He's so like sickly looking.
Yeah, that's like the point of it. Yeah.
I
He
know.
was like
It,
in a spaceship with no food for weeks.
yeah, I really like how they showed how like broken and defeated the Avengers actually were after Infinity War, because that's how it was. So it was very interesting to see all of these characters so just not themselves and not the same peppy, spunky characters that they are. So I thought him being really skinny was cool. And then when they get saved by Captain Marvel, which she wasn't even in this movie, so I don't even know
Yeah,
what the
she was
hype was
just-
about.
Okay.
She got a new
First of
haircut.
all, I am so over Captain Marvel.
Also, wait, didn't you
I'm
also?
okay.
She's the
Brie
new
Larson.
face of
Why
Marvel
in the
Universe,
world?
dude.
She
The
was
new face of the
horrible.
Marvel Universe.
All right, she was bad in Captain Marvel, and I thought, okay, maybe they just didn't do a good job, or bad directing, bad writing, whatever. She was bad in this movie.
And you want to
Yeah, I
know
was hoping
why?
she's better.
She's not good. Yeah.
Do you want to know why she wasn't good in this movie? Because I watched some interview where she said that she filmed, they filmed Endgame first, and she filmed it without knowing who she was. Like, she didn't even know she was Captain Marvel when she filmed it. I said, yeah, that shows.
What?
You have no idea she has no idea what's going on in the movie.
That's stupid.
She didn't really have that many lines anyway. She just
She
kind of
didn't,
fought.
but every
fought
time she
around for a
did,
bit.
like that first scene where they're showing all the people that were dusted, I'm like, you don't even know what's going on. You don't know who these people are. You don't know who you are. They keep calling her the new girl. I said, you guys don't even know who she is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a line where I think it was Iron Man. Iron Man has this charisma to him.
Yeah.
And he's funny. He's really funny. He's got really good timing, and his tone is just great. So, like, there's one line where he's talking to his daughter, which we'll get to, where he says, like, all right, go to bed, or I'll sell all your toys.
Yeah,
and like the way he
that
says
was
it
funny.
is so well done, and it's really funny. And it's like they're trying to do that with Captain Marvel, but it's just not there. It's like all I see is a person pretending to be a super cocky, confident, cool person, and it's not cool. It's not working.
She comes off as cocky, right? Doesn't she come off as cocky and
she doesn't come
annoying?
off as cocky. She comes off just like a weirdo, like an awkward homeschooler.
She's like too sassy.
Like she's
way worse.
Jeez, she doesn't.
Well,
she's
she's
not
very-
trying
the
to be a
cleaners,
jerk.
Mike.
She's
Oh
very
my
sassy. I think she's very sassy, but not in a funny way.
She's not. She doesn't feel sassy. It doesn't
Not
feel
even.
like,
Well, not even
like
sassy,
sass.
but
Like even sass is like.
Yeah.
There's like she just doesn't have enough personality to be sassy.
Yeah, imagine
yeah,
if
that's what I'm saying. It's not funny.
So like if I
Sauceless
took
sass.
if I took a middle schooler
Boneless. Sass.
and then told them, "Hey, the character you're playing is sassy and cool. Now go." That's what she's acting like. You know, it's like just imagine a little kid doing that. Like, oh yeah, well
I
I'm
can.
cool and I'm sassy and like it's just not there. You know, like every single
ain't got
actor
it.
and actress is better than her in this movie.
She doesn't got it, dude. I'm telling you.
Well,
She's not it.
That's why they gave her like 7 lines and kept her in space 3/4 of the movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So
I
she
thought
was
it
in
was
the
a
movie
smart
for
move.
5 minutes.
gave her some edgy 2019 women empowerment haircut.
The haircut
that
did
is her
look
haircut in the
good.
comics, though.
Her
It did.
haircut actually looked really
It
good.
did
though.
look good. It did. And they
I
even acknowledged that in
said
the movie.
Captain America shaved. Boo.
Boo! Yes, thank you.
Bring the beard back.
Bring the
I know, I was so annoyed.
Infinity War Captain America is the best.
Greater than
Captain
any other
America.
Captain America. I completely agree.
Yes.
He is. The beard was so good. And then it was just gone. I was like,
And then it was just
no!
gone.
Nothing's ever
how
better
they-
without a
back.
beard.
That's how depressed he was. He shaved his beard.
How did you guys feel about faux Hawkeye? Huh?
Ooh, I like
he's-
that.
Oh, yes.
It was cool.
Yeah. I
I
thought it
liked
was
it a lot.
badass, dude.
I
I
feel
was,
like-
I was
Hawkeye-
waiting for it.
Like Hawkeye is pretty cool, but I feel like they try to make him too badass. Like he's always like super stoic and like, yeah, I can do this. Like Scott Lang's like, I don't know if I
I
can do
feel
this
like
with time
that's how
travel.
all characters are with bow and arrows.
Kind
though.
of, but yeah, that's true. But Hawkeye, that actually is really true. Now that I think about it, but Hawkeye was just like, I can do it, and he hasn't been in space before, as we established like in an earlier scene. Like he's like, I can time travel, no problem. I'm Hawkeye, I can do whatever I want. I haven't done it for 6 movies.
I'm
I can do
Hawkeye.
whatever I want.
He doesn't even have his own standalone movie. Come on.
Obviously-
He's barely been in any of the movies.
He's getting a TV show. I read.
I thought,
really?
I
What?
thought Hawkeye, I thought
Yeah.
he was one of the strongest actors in the whole movie.
I think they were trying.
Yeah,
I think
oh,
they were
Jeremy
trying to
Renner's
do
Jeremy
Jeremy
Renner's
Renner's
great.
Hold up, hear me out. Other than Robert Downey Jr., Hawkeye was
yeah.
second best.
I think he was good. I think they were trying to give him his
Oh, I
moment
don't
to
know
shine
about
in this
that.
movie
That's
because they
terrible.
kind of did a little
Who's
bit.
second
Had to. He wasn't
Mark,
in Infinity
Mark
War,
Ruffalo as Hulk.
Dude,
Oh,
He didn't have that
he
much
sound like Ray
emotion,
Romano? Dude, didn't Hulk Ruffalo sound like Ray Romano? He had like this like kind of like Italian.
I could kind of
accent.
hear that.
I couldn't like the whole time. I just like later in the movie it didn't sound as much, but when they were in the restaurant in the beginning, when they first showed Hulk,
He-
I was like, dude, he sounds just like Ray Romano. I can close my eyes and watch everybody
I
love
was
everybody loves
so-
Raymond.
Yeah, I was so confused. Like his first like few scenes, I'm like, what is he? Why is he talking like this? I'm like, what is going on right now?
explained
Like, I understand. No. I'm saying like as, not like as in like what is he doing? Like I got what he was doing, but I'm saying if I was in the scene, like if I was with the Hulk, like we were.
Oh, yeah.
With each other, I'm like that's what I would be saying. Like, what are you doing? Like why do you keep talking like that?
Yeah,
He's
why
so
are you
chill.
so-
He's like so chill, so normal. Yeah, exactly. He's like, you want to take a picture? Yeah, let's take a picture.
Dude, that scene was so awkward that hurt my feelings.
But it was
When
so
he's
thought it
like
was
trying
funny.
to get Scott
It was
Lang to take a
funny.
picture
Oh
with his
man,
kid.
every single thing Ant-Man said in this movie was hilarious.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to leave
Yeah,
though
it's
in that
Paul
scene.
Rudd.
I was like, I can't take this. I feel awkward. I feel like I'm about to pee my pants.
I like
Yeah,
how
me
he's
too.
like,
Yeah,
I like
we're
how
moving
he was
along.
like, no, just take a picture. Look, guys, you see, he's sad, and then the kid's like, no, I don't want to take. He's like, the kid's literally shaking his head, no. Just go. He's like, take the damn phone. It was so
The kid
funny.
is literally shaking his head now.
Let's rewind for a second because I have like the notes in order of the movie. So
Oh,
I
sweet,
basically
good.
we talked about Tony Stark, being all thin. He's really upset about Spider-Man, which I really like.
Yes. Me too.
I was wondering how Captain Marvel found them.
Yeah.
She got the
found that,
pager at the end of Infinity War. He sets off the pager, and that's
No,
how
how
she
did-
knows she's
no,
got
how
to
did-
come
no,
over.
how did she find Iron
them
Man?
in space? Yeah, that was just a convenient thing.
I figured she just flew around at
The
light
beacon?
speed.
Wasn't there like a beacon on that ship that got set off?
Hold up. Michael's like, she just flew around the entire galaxy at light speed until she found him.
Makes sense.
Well, Nebula did put in something into the computer or whatever, so I don't know if that was maybe like a distress signal or something or whatever. But.
Yeah. I thought he set off a distress signal in Infinity War, I think.
Well, so I wrote that down, and then I love it when I think it was Iron Man. He sees Rocket and he goes, "Oh man, I thought you were Build-A-Bear."
I didn't pick
I don't remember who it was who said that, but that was really funny to me. And
That was
then
a funny line.
yeah, so all this I don't remember much. I just got that's what I had written down, and the next thing I had written down was Thor.
Dude, yeah. I was just talking
about Thor.
Drunk Fat Thor. I thought that was okay. So
Thor.
I remember it made me think about Episode 8, Star Wars.
I was seeing Luke.
No, because like in Episode 8, they kept trying. They were trying to subvert expectations so much because I think they didn't want the fanboys to be like theorizing and figuring out what's going on.
Right.
So I think Marvel was trying to do that, but they actually did it. Like, you know, everyone's always trying to figure out what's going to happen in the next movie. That's why like spoilers are so hidden. That's why they didn't tell Captain Marvel who she was.
So like, I get that. Anything.
So like they were probably like, dude, we gotta do something to like surprise like the fanboys and like film theory on YouTube from figuring it out. And
yeah,
it was
they
amazing.
tricked us because
They did, yeah.
even in the poster, Thor is like the old Thor.
Yeah, in the trailers, the posters, yeah, they really did. And then Chris Hemsworth was like purposely on Instagram posting like a lot of fitness stuff like during the promo run, so they can make. I was like, wow, this is really thought out like so well.
That's a long time.
I can't believe that didn't leak.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
know.
he's fat the whole movie.
the whole
was hard to
movie.
tell.
I kept
it was-
thinking he was gonna like, and then all of a sudden, lightning comes
Yes.
down and he's strong. But he was fat the whole movie.
Whole movie.
Yeah. So I thought he was funny. I thought they did a lot with that. I'm glad, Chris Hemsworth is a funny actor, so I'm glad he got to do funny stuff. But I'm not the biggest fan of. I wasn't the biggest fan of drunk Thor. I was like, okay, I want the Thor who took a star through the chest. I want that Thor. I don't want college frat. Where's another beer Thor?
Yeah,
he
it was.
wasn't as
It
cool.
is kind of odd that he goes from. He's like really getting to be mature
Yeah. he got
once
really
you get to
depressed.
Infinity War, and then he just kind of flips over,
Yeah.
But I did like that he was so sad because he was like, "I'm a god, and I like failed everybody because
Yeah,
I
he-
missed."
he-
and
yeah,
I thought that
because-
was kind of. I did
he
like
should
that
have went
part.
for the head, and he should
did.
have went for the head.
Well, he did aim for the head eventually.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the beginning, dude. The beginning
Okay,
of that
so what-
movie.
It's like a
so I have-
prologue almost.
I do have that in the notes, so we will get to that. But before then, like before they go back to Thanos, there's this scene where the Iron Man first gets back, and Cap America's there, and Iron Man's like all pale, and he's got all hooked up to the machine, and he gets pissed, and he starts breaking down. Oh my God, that was so... I was loving it. I literally wrote on my notes, he's so broken. I love this.
Oh, the part where he
love
passes
seeing-
out.
Pain, I love it.
I
love
love
pain,
seeing
depression.
Robert Downey Jr. like act
Mental breakdown.
torn up. It's so his acting is so good,
Yeah.
like Oscar worthy good. Like it's
pretty good.
really really good.
Should have. Yeah, a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people are petitioning for him to get nominated for an Oscar for this movie.
He did
Yeah,
kill
that
it the
was
whole
really good.
movie. I can't think of a scene he did that I disliked, honestly.
Yeah,
That's kind of like how he is as Iron Man, though. He's my favorite character, so
I've liked him since like as Iron Man. I like post Avengers 1 Iron Man. I like the kind of PTSD. Like he's
He
so
likes him to
cocky and
suffer.
cool, but he's actually really kind of falling apart a lot, and I really like that angle of him. So I really like
you
seeing
prefer it
that.
to Iron Man 1 Iron Man, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like you got Civil War Iron Man, where he's like going a little bit nuts because his parents are dead and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, I like that throughout the movies, you've just seen him falling apart. And then this was like it. He's like, we failed. The whole world got destroyed. It's all over. And I really liked seeing that from that character.
I was surprised that they went to the 5 years later. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't know what the heck was going to happen.
The whole first half hour surprised me. Honestly, I was just like, oh, they didn't see this coming. Didn't see this coming. Didn't see this coming.
Yeah,
And
well,
before
it
the
was
5
cool.
years,
I was gonna say we're not there yet.
it's Thanos. Oh man, that took me by surprise.
I know. I was like, wow, that was fast. I was like, we're just
Freaking
getting
Yeah, that's
beheaded,
exactly what I
too.
thought. Yeah.
I thought after hold on, my roommate's here. Have you seen Endgame? Do you want to see it?
Clay, go away.
Because we're gonna spoil it for
His
you.
name is Dylan.
Oh, Dylan,
Go away, Dylan.
Anyway, but like when Dylan, look away, cover your ears.
Go away.
When he killed Thanos, I was like, well, I thought they were gonna find like another bad guy to fight.
Yeah, me
you know?
too.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
would
I
have been
thought.
so
I thought there was
weird.
another secret bad guy.
I thought the movie was over. Like I said to my friend, I said, well, here, that's it. Let's go. Let's get up. That's it. The movie's done. They tricked us. It's not 3 hours.
Best
It's
20
30
minutes ever.
It's like really somber music, and it just ends.
And then they hit us with the 5 years later.
Yeah.
That would have been the best like prank ever to do.
Yeah.
Like even better than the Fat Thor.
It would have been horrible, but
But I
mean,
like when they
also
killed. I like
respect.
when they killed Thanos, especially Thor. They all realized like that means nothing. Like we killed him. It's like okay, well,
Right.
now what?
Yeah.
Like
Right,
everyone's
there was nothing they could do.
gone. Like
Yep.
like it didn't fix anything.
Well, it was kind of interesting because I liked seeing Thor chop his head off, and then it was almost like he was like, "All right, I got him," and then it's like he slowly realizes, well, that doesn't make me feel any better because
Yeah.
it
Still
doesn't
failed.
matter, and I liked seeing that.
Yeah, me too. It shows superheroes in a very real human like.
So we get to 5 years later, and
I was shocked.
realized
Yeah, me
that
too.
After that, I
yeah.
was sitting up in my seat after that. I said, oh, "This is different." I said, "Oh, what's happening?"
yeah,
I was in it from there on.
that was like a science fiction movie. Because, well, first of all, I want to say this: a rat basically saves the entire world.
Yeah.
The universe, really.
That's Scott laying it back.
So like billions and billions of people are alive because he's so lucky he was in New York, or no, he's in San Francisco. Never mind. But he was somewhere where a rat got through and turned the machine back on.
It's
You
a
know?
1 in 14 million rat. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
But yeah, so the 5
One in
years
infinity.
later.
Shut up,
Oh,
Mike.
oof. More than Infinity Wars. Okay. Stupid.
He did not.
Hey, tell your roommate to go away.
He asked Ant-Man crawled up Thanos' butt.
No.
Yes.
Kind of sad they didn't even talk about that.
No,
movie.
yes,
That would have been
no.
great. Like,
Yes.
joke.
Just
Yes.
tell him to watch the movie.
It was
Tell him
after the
yes and go
credits.
All right, yeah, Clay, leave.
Tell him to leave.
It's not safe. You have to
You're
leave.
also just
Get
loud.
out. Okay. I will fly to Virginia
I'm not
and
gonna tell you
fight your
what's
roommate, Michael.
Tell them to go
Tell them to
away.
leave.
They're leaving. They're walking away. They
Good.
said to walk past them to get something else.
So
Get out of here.
loud.
Get
Go
out
see
of
the
here.
movie.
Endgame spoilers.
At the very end,
They
Iron
can hear
Man
you.
dies.
Only yelling at
I hope they hear me.
And that's not really a spoiler because it's not at the very end.
What? Yeah, what? It sort of
That's
is.
not the last thing you see, Luke.
Oh.
Fair.
Come on,
Okay,
Shayne.
we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Come on.
Rat saves the world. The vanished monuments in San Francisco. I was like, what is this movie? This feels like I'm watching Arrival or something. It was like a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
I was
It is a
tripping.
science fiction movie.
It's a superhero movie.
I guess it's more fantasy. I don't know.
Really, it's like
This
gamma
movie's a
rays,
lot
man. The
This
whole
movie's
science
a lot
fiction.
of things.
What do you guys think? 5 years later, talk to me.
Yeah, I was surprised they went that far. I thought it was gonna be like maybe like a couple weeks.
I didn't know what they were gonna do. I was like, oh, we're here, and well, I just thought I said, okay, well, if it's 5 years later, they kill Thanos. What are they gonna do? I didn't even expect what the plan was gonna be. I was just like, I don't know what's happening, so I'm just gonna watch this movie and I'm not gonna try to guess what happens until the end. Then I started guessing, but
Yeah, I tried really hard not to like think about anything before I went to go see it.
yeah, I didn't
wanna-
yeah, I looked up nothing. I saw no pictures. I barely remembered the trailer. I wanted to just have like fresh.
Dude,
Mind
I
going
can't
in.
even find a picture. I was trying to find a picture earlier of Captain Marvel's new haircut on Google. I can't even find that. I think Disney's hiding everything.
They are.
Wow.
They own the internet.
Like I was just trying to find like a outline of it just so I can remember. 'Cause I meant to take notes, but I was just like let's like enjoying the movie too much. I totally forgot. I was like, I should look to see if I can find like an outline somewhere, but I can't find it anywhere.
Yep, it's
Dang,
all hidden.
Disney is controlling the internet, guys.
They have
I wouldn't go that
Disney's just like,
far.
Who is this?
Dude, they literally are not letting me see something that I want to see.
Disney has the money.
I don't know if they're
Exists.
blocking it or they're just really good at hiding where they film things. I
No,
don't know.
they're blocking
They're
it.
blocking it.
That's the logical
They
explanation.
made
You're
$1
right.
billion
Mickey
and they
Mouse.
used that to buy an internet controller.
Mickey Mouse is like switching off websites. He's like, turn
wow.
that off. Just goes away.
Is that how you think Mickey Mouse sounds, Luke?
That's pretty close. That's pretty.
That was funny.
Like the South Park version of Mickey Mouse. I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, so
But-
the first moment that made me get shivers down my spine was when the family disappeared at the very beginning. But the first part that made me not cry, because I'm really strong,
I didn't cry.
but I almost cried,
I didn't cry.
was when Ant-Man sees his daughter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Props to Paul Rudd and his acting chops. He rocked
Yeah.
that.
Well,
That
Paul
was
Rudd is a really good
good.
actor. I mean, he's
Yeah,
always
I was reminded
he's
of
always
that.
been a good actor, but like he kills it in this movie.
yeah, that was a nice moment, but I had no context, so I couldn't really feel the emotion.
You
I
haven't seen
don't.
the
I
Ant-Man
don't remember
movies?
Ant-Man like at all, but I just knew. Oh, that's his daughter, and she's all grown
Yeah.
up.
I got that,
Right.
but yeah, that was weird too. I was like, wow. So it's like these. Well, never mind. We're not there yet. Never mind.
Okay. So I have that. And by the way, you guys, I'm trying to like do this outline so that you guys can remember the movie.
I have notes
and
too,
bring up
but
things.
before that. I liked. I don't know if this was before the Paul Rudd stuff, but when 5 years later, when Captain America is, in the support group, I like that he's like still Captain America, but just not saving people's lives, but he's still like trying to help people. But
Saving their lives.
Right.
I didn't know this until after the movie, but the character that was Joe Russo, like one of the directors.
Oh, yeah.
Played
Yeah,
that
that was
character,
him.
and he was the first openly gay character in the MCU. I read like some articles about that.
Oh,
I
interesting.
thought that was cool.
Oh, is this
Yeah.
character gay?
Luke, did you not listen to the scene he was talking about going on a date with a guy?
Nice notes, Luke.
I didn't hear him say a date. I thought he was just
I don't
like
see.
meeting up
No,
with a
you
guy.
know,
Yeah,
you
it
know
was
people
him and
say.
I assumed
him
it was
and
like
his
his dad.
I thought
No,
yeah,
he was
I
out.
didn't-
He was out on a date with a
Yeah,
guy.
he specifically.
Did he,
they
say,
started
what
crying.
did he say? Did he say I went on
A
a date and
date.
looked at the camera and was like with a man?
No,
I
he's
don't
like
remember. I don't remember.
he went on
I
it-
wasn't paying
Shot.
attention to that. I
the
thought he was going
pronouns
on a
were
date with-
he. The pronouns were he.
No,
Let's put
he
it
was
that
saying
way.
he went on a
I
date with
just
a
was
guy.
like, I was
then he's
taking
going on a
in,
date with
this
him
happens
again.
to me sometimes. I was taking in the emotion of the scene, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right,
Right.
random side characters talking about something that's sad, and yeah, okay, whatever. And then it kept going. Apparently, I missed the gay part of the movie.
Well, no. LOL. No, I didn't know either. Like I didn't
I
pick.
hate
I didn't
this
pick.
movie now. No,
I
sorry.
didn't. I didn't pick. There's probably some people who actually said that, but
That's kind of funny.
um,
No, I
I
did. I
didn't
totally
pick up
missed
on
that.
it until I like read
Yeah.
about it. Then I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
missed that.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
I didn't
interesting.
really. I didn't look at it as a big deal that
Right.
he was going on a date with a guy. I was like, okay.
Right.
Well, either
I
way, they
didn't
did
know
it in a
what
tasteful
they
way,
were doing.
obviously.
Luke didn't even
Yeah.
notice it.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I just
so.
missed it.
I guess they didn't push their agenda hard enough.
Yeah, I didn't notice it.
So I have written on the notes. Hell yeah, Scarlett Johansson looks good again.
Yes. Wait,
Long
she
hair,
looks-
Scarlett
She looks
forever,
so
dude.
bad. She
Oh,
looks so
you don't
bad
like the
in
short
Infinity
blonde
War.
hair?
She had no eyebrows.
Oh, she doesn't.
Yeah, she looks weird in that movie.
I'll be honest. She's attractive no matter what form. It's hard for me
But she
to.
looks
Yeah.
better in this movie again. I was like, all right,
I liked.
Yeah,
I liked,
you're
that,
right.
that phase is over.
I liked their choice
It's not a
of.
phase, mom.
Yeah, it's a small thing, but her hair in the 5 years later, like half of it's red, half of it's blonde, and she's had red hair and blonde hair, and now she has like a combo of both.
Oh, because it just grew out. Because she never cut it. I just realized.
Yeah. That was
Her
just
hair
a
was
small
blonde and it
thing
just
that
grew.
I picked up. I was like, oh, that was
I'm
cool.
gonna see if I can find a
Detail.
picture of her while we're
You can't,
doing this.
Luke.
You can't.
No, for-
blocking the internet.
No, Infinity War.
Okay, they might have released those by now.
Yeah, really. Hey, look at her. She has no eyebrows. She has no eyelashes and no eyebrows. I don't know if they were trying to go for something, but look at this picture. Look at her.
Yes, they were trying
She
to
looks
go with
so
it.
weird in this movie.
Thanos
she looks.
snapped off her
She
eyebrows.
looks so good.
Well, she's a good look. Yeah, she's good looking, but I think she looks better in the other movies. Watch.
Tell me
watch.
more.
Everyone looks better with eyebrows.
Hold up.
Everyone
Hold
looks
up.
better with the eyebrows.
What's that movie called? Avengers.
Oh.
The first one, Avengers.
Oh.
Oh man, Nick, calm down.
Avengers 1.
Weak. Oh no.
What's
No. I mean, I'm
gonna-
looking up pictures of her in Avengers. I'm
You
looking up.
can't
Black Widow.
compare her when she
Oh
was
man,
young,
she looks so
Luke.
much better in this movie.
Yeah,
When she
does
was
look better.
younger, Luke. Wow, way to compare a woman's age and say that she gets
No,
uglier.
look,
when
That's
she's
exactly
I'll
what
show
it
you. No,
is.
look, here she is in Avengers 1.
It's the red hair, dude.
Yeah, the red hair does look better.
Hey, she has eyebrows.
Oof.
Yeah, see,
She has
she
eyebrows.
actually has eyebrows and stuff. Like, look, no eyebrows. I'm just
Look,
showing one picture. And then we're
she
gonna
went
move on.
blonde. She
Look.
went Super Saiyan 3.
Ooh,
She has
nobody
no
dyes
eyebrows.
their eyebrows a different
Super
color.
Saiyan 3, baby. That's
See,
right.
look at her.
Does she-
Look at her.
Shay knows what's up.
See how creepy
that.
she looks? She looks like a ghost.
She doesn't look creepy.
She looks like Phoenix.
I never noticed
She
this
looks
until
like
you picked it
Phoenix in the new X-Men movie with no eyebrows.
By the way, that looks terrible. Heads up. That looks horrible.
It looks good. Maybe
They already did this plot line with Phoenix already.
We're not here to talk about X-Men. That's like blasphemous.
Absolutely.
But anyway,
So I was like, good. She looks good again in this movie. And then
she just
I,
looks
and then,
sad this movie, though.
And then I
so
said,
sad.
"Oh
Her
yeah, where
acting was
she's
great.
making the sandwich."
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that whole sequence.
should
I was
be.
like, can this
That's why
girl
Luke
just
likes
please
it.
eat her sandwich? Let her eat her sandwich. That's all she wants.
It's like her hair hasn't been dyed in a while. She's sad. Let her eat her sandwich. Go away, Captain Happy.
I think this was the scene where I noticed you could tell they definitely had like a dark filter on everything at this point. Everything in this movie was dark. Like it
Yeah.
looked dark. And
Until
I
it
noticed
wasn't
it
in the
big
middle.
time
Like
in this
dingy.
scene. Yeah, exactly. It kind of like brightened up later, but yeah, I just noticed that in
the
this scene
dust.
specifically.
Because the dust.
50% less color in the world now.
There's just dust on everything.
The saturation goes down 50%.
Everything's an Instagram filter now.
Probably.
There's dust on everyone's camera lens.
Oh my god, didn't they make an Instagram reference? Or was it a
They-
Snapchat reference?
Oh, there's a
it was
lot
just-
of
it was
pop
just a-
culture
it was just a-
references.
Wait, there
no,
was
it
an
just a
Instagram
social
reference?
media. No, he just said
Oh
social
yeah, he said don't
media.
post on social
I
media. I
thought
didn't
he
like
said
that.
Instagram specifically, and I was like, ugh.
I didn't like that. He's like, if you post this on social media, and I was like, no one would ever say that. I did not like
Not
that.
like, they
line.
wouldn't say it like that, but
No, whoever says, "Hey, don't post this on social media." Ooh,
What was that?
I did not. It was Iron Man.
yeah, it was Iron Man.
I did not like that line.
Well, apparently that was a reference to something in the first Iron Man movie where he said to Pepper.
Oh, he's like, I don't want to see this on your MySpace.
Yeah.
No gang
yeah.
signs. But that was
right,
actually
yeah.
funny because it just worked well. But I didn't like the. Don't post this on
Delivery.
social media. It was fine. There was very few lines in the movie that made me go, oh.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the other Marvel movies have lines that make me go, oh.
Make you go, "Oh."
So,
But yeah,
what
no,
else?
it was cool that she was like carrying on, like I guess what is it, Shield was doing before, and
Well, the
that was kind of, yeah, I guess, and then Cap shows up, which was nice, and then they were all sad and eat sandwiches.
It's always nice when Cap
Yeah.
shows up.
Well, then you see Tony Stark with his daughter, which was great.
That
That was
nice.
cool. She was so adorable.
Yeah. So
That was really good.
That was cute.
Yeah, so I guess I heard too that doesn't happen in the comic books. So, I mean, I was just shocked he had a daughter in general. I never saw him having a kid. I'm like, he doesn't seem like the type of person who would have kids.
Actually, well, no. Here's the funny thing. So
I know he wanted them, but
So the movie ended, and I had to kind of like process it all because so many things happened in the movie.
Right.
And then someone texts me and goes, "You know, his daughter becomes Iron Girl or whatever or something." And I was like, "Stop! No, I can't. I can't do anymore. I can't take anything more
she
right now."
becomes Iron Girl, right?
You know, like
There's no
stop.
more Marvel information
I
at the
have
moment,
too
please.
much in my head right now. I can't handle that. I did like that you saw Thor, or not Thor, the Hulk, and he's like, "Wow, you look different." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm wearing shirts now." Like that's a good line.
That was
that
funny.
was really funny. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
that was really
He
sad.
had
He was
a-
wearing a shirt. I missed
He
him
was
being
no,
shirtless.
yeah. The Hulk, he was written very well. I thought
It took me
was
a while
awesome.
to get used to Hulk Ruffalo. I will say it took me
Me
a
too,
sec.
it did too.
But after that, I was into
Huffalo?
it.
I think it was the
Huffalo.
glasses.
Hulk
For me,
fan.
it was the glasses.
Yeah, it threw me off,
Hulk.
but I liked it. Yeah.
He's
I
like
love how the Hulk
Beast.
still needs like corrective lenses.
It's like, yeah, really.
Hulk smash, the Hulk can't
He's
see.
like, I fixed my serum so that now I'm always the Hulk, but still have my brain, but I can't fix my eyes.
But yeah, but Yeah, but it was really nice too, just because I did watch Infinity War just yesterday. There's a line where he says to Hulk near the end of the movie, he's like, we have a lot to work out, and so now flash forward, it's like, oh look, I guess they worked it out, and they just like, we're gonna compromise, and we're just gonna live together.
That was a pretty cool twist. I feel like they did a lot of things where like I just didn't see it coming, like that and Fat Thor and stuff.
Yeah, I was surprised with a lot of
It's refreshing. It was very refreshing.
It was a good way. It was done in a good way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
It didn't feel too forced.
The time travel stuff, I'm not a
We're not
huge fan
there
of
yet.
time travel movies.
Unless we're there
But,
yet.
I mean, we're already there, kind of, because they were talking about time
I
travel.
mean, if you have time travel, you can get anywhere.
But I will say, when the time travel stuff started, I wasn't super into it just because time travel for me is such an overused concept. But I did like the time travel, like the way they did it in this movie, I will say.
It was cool. But
It was
I mean,
very
I know,
Back to the Future.
I know no, it's not, Luke.
Yeah.
That's nonsense. They talked
That
about
was
this in
the
movie.
Yeah, they even
reference
said that in the
I love
movie,
it
Luke.
because in the movie they said it's not like
Yeah.
Back to the Future. That makes it
Yeah.
not like Back to the Future when it is
Yeah.
like Back to the
when it
Future.
is.
It reminded.
But,
Did you guys ever see Austin Powers, the first one?
When
Actually, I
it came
know,
out
I never
a long
did.
time ago.
No, there's a scene in there where like they talked about time travel because the movie, if you look at it, if you analyze it, it doesn't make sense from a time travel perspective, and they like reference that in the second movie, and it was like this very like fourth wall broken thing, like don't worry about it. So it kind of reminded me of the feel of like this. It was like, don't worry about it, guys. Don't think about this too much.
I didn't. I was like, when it comes
Mike-
to stuff like that, I'm like, that's not even the main point of what's going
Exactly.
on. So I'm not
Michael,
going
what-
to get into like the
What were you going to
logistics.
say a second
Oh,
ago?
guys, I have to sign off. Talk to you
You gotta
later.
go?
Yeah.
Bye, Nick.
All right,
I know.
bye.
That's
Send me
fast.
your audio.
Final review: 5 out of 1,000. Wait,
5
that's
out of
bad.
1,000?
5,000 out of 5. Sorry, that's what
I
I
was like, what?
I was like,
He
oh
loves it
man,
3,000.
that's
I really
worse than my review
Aw.
for Captain Marvel.
I'm gonna cry.
All right, send me your audio,
Oh,
Nick.
please.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hey. But I was gonna say that like the time travel stuff, even though they kind of explain their rules and how like it doesn't affect the same timeline if they go back in time, makes a new timeline. That's problematic for me now because Captain
It is
America went back in
problematic.
time and started a new time with Peggy.
Oh, okay, let's not go there.
Whoa,
Is
whoa,
that-
chill, Michael.
We were already kind of
Ending
there.
stuff. No, we're not.
Well, you mean
not
with time
even
travel, yeah,
close.
but we'll get.
We can wait. I'll wait.
I'll put
most of
that
my
in the
stuff, I
notes.
think, is from the end.
I'm writing it down with Captain.
So let me know when we get there.
I have that in my notes.
Yeah, so the phone scene with Ant-Man and the Hulk I thought was really funny. The daughter, so we talked about this. And I did say this is actually really funny, even the time travel stuff. Like, I thought that the way that they did it, where the Hulk is like, yeah, no, man, totally safe. It's just fine. And, like, looks over at the other people, and it's like, I don't know if he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But then
turns
the
into
funniest scene, I think, I'm trying to remember because there's a lot of funny moments, but one of my favorite scenes was where Ant-Man's making his taco.
Oh yeah.
And then the
Oh,
ship
helicopter
lands,
comes in.
and it just blows all the stuff out of the taco, so he's just holding the shell. And then the guy's like, comes out, and he's like, oh, man. And he goes, where's the Hulk or something? I don't remember who he asked for. And he just goes,
Yes,
in
for
the
Hulk.
kitchen, I think. And then someone slams down on him. He goes, oh, God.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, that scene made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, he had a lot of funny parts.
He did. His timing is so
Because
good.
even so, with the time travel thing, when he was like, when they're first testing it, and he came out as an old man and a baby, and it's like, I myself wet myself, but I don't know if it was baby me or old me. I'm like,
And then he goes, or maybe it was just me.
oh yeah, just me, yeah.
Yeah, he was hilarious in this movie. All of his lines were super good.
Every single one, yeah. Fat Thor. That's when
So
he comes
Fat Thor. So yeah, I was definitely surprised. Like, I figured he was gonna be like drinking and like looking a little bit less in shape, but he was like,
He was a mess.
I loved Tony's Big Lebowski reference.
Oh,
was
what did
it?
you think about the? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
in. What was the reference?
He walked up, he was like, "All right, Mr. Lebowski, let's go," or something like that.
Yeah. And then
So-
Robert Downey Jr. is so good at that kind of thing, like
Yeah.
throwing in those lines.
What did you think about the Fortnite references?
Oh, that was hilarious. Korg,
Wait, there's a Fortnite?
Korg was playing
They were
Fortnite.
playing
in,
Fortnite.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Thor's
I
house.
love that guy.
and he's like, "Hey, Noob Blaster
Hey.
69 is making fun of me again."
Yeah, and then like when Thor got
He's
on
like,
the, he was,
oh, New Blast is making fun of me again.
like a song like, I will come to your house and I will stick lightning up your butt or something like that. Like, yeah, go cry to your dad. I don't care. If he ever bothers you again, cool, let me know.
The thing about it is, like, there's no way Fortnite's still going to go and be going in 5 years. That's the only thing I thought about.
That's the thing, too. I was like, it dates
maybe they're back in
bit.
time, which is kind of funny. It's like they're playing an old game.
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
It's on the NES Anniversary Edition or whatever.
Right. So I wrote down the emotions in this movie are so strong.
Yeah,
so I was thinking about when
say.
Fat Thor was like getting emotional, and Iron Man at the beginning, and Captain Marvel, and Black Widow. Everybody's
that's what I
got
like
this
a lot
emotion
about this movie, just in terms of the pacing, and because they had the extra time, there's a lot of like character development, and we get a lot of these long scenes like where these characters really get to show like different ranges of emotions and stuff. I'm like, I really like this.
Yeah.
Again, I've said it before, but it's like a really good counterpart to Infinity War, which is mainly like just a whole bunch of action, really. And this is more like, okay, we're getting characters and we're really getting to know these people more before, the end.
So I also wrote down the scene where Hawkeye comes back. Who was he killing? Does anybody know who those people were?
It was just a gang. They mentioned before.
Killing everyone.
They mentioned before that there was a guy going around killing gangs, like seeking out like criminals and stuff. And like someone was like, "Oh,
yeah," and they said it was Barton, and then Scarlett Johansson was like, "Tear." That was good acting. One tear came down. She was like, "Can you let me know where his next location is?" And they're like, "We'll find him." And then they did.
Sometimes I just miss those scenes. Kind of like I missed the guy being gay. I missed all that.
I think
your gaydar
he
and
was
your
just
murderer
killing
dar
people.
are not.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, it doesn't matter.
I think he was just killing people because he was just trying to avenge.
Well, he
his
explained
family.
it when he was killing that last gangster before Scarlett Johansson came. He was like, "Why are you doing this? Whatever." He's like, "Well, like if my family," basically, he was saying like if his family had to die, like so should people who are actually going out and like killing other people.
Yeah,
like
right,
because they're bad people and they are alive, and his family was good and they died.
But like he was murdering people.
He didn't care.
He did not care at all.
Nope.
Yeah. But then so easily went back to the Avengers. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll go with you.
But that's where I thought some of his acting was really good. Like some of those scenes where he's talking about his family and how it doesn't matter.
Awesome.
And I really thought Hawkeye shined a lot, especially considering, like even in the other movies, he just
where he's a joke.
Well, I was gonna say he's not special. He's just the guy with the bow.
Yeah, they treat him.
And in this movie, he actually really shined as like one of the more interesting characters.
It was the haircut.
Yeah, that did make a big difference because he didn't just have a boring flat cut top.
Right.
It
he
was
was
like
more edgy,
mohawk.
so they gave him more angst and more stakes.
Yes.
He's got the emo kid haircut.
So let's talk about the funniest line in the whole movie. As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
Yeah, that's
the meme that's going around the world.
Oh, that was so funny though.
That was like
amazing.
the whole middle half of the movie was just
and I loved like after Captain America like
joke.
fights his past self. He was down. He's like,
yep.
That is America's ass.
That is America. I'm like, oh my goodness! I'm like, make it stop.
But I love how he goes. He's fighting himself, and his self is like, "I can do this all day." He's okay,
like,
whatever.
I
I get it.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, "Shut up, whatever."
He's looking at himself like, is this what I sound like?
Yeah.
It's like he's hearing himself in a recording, like, "Yeah, okay, shut up."
Well, I was saying, I'm like, how can you lose to your old self? Don't you know all of your old moves?
No, that's the noob you.
And then my friend was like, well, I mean, he's old now. I said, he's not old.
Yeah. It was kind of weird, but I guess maybe his new self was like all hyped up with all the adrenaline. I mean, his old self was hyped up on the adrenaline from fighting aliens. And he was like, if I can fight aliens, I can fight myself, no problem. Myself is easy. I don't know.
Right. Well, he did think it was Loki.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. Those little twists. Gosh, so many things happened in this movie.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, it was a lot.
There was a lot, though. Like, I was thinking through the whole movie going, they
Like
went to
Hail
so
Hydra.
many different places, and, like, so many things happened, and it was like 3 movies.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So I liked when when they developed the plan, like, okay, we got to find the Infinity Stones in the past, and there's 3 in New York, and then they go back into the Avengers film. I thought that was the best of like the flashbacks. I didn't really care for what the other people were doing too much.
Well, the Iron Man with his dad was really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
was
Iron
awesome.
Man and the Captain America scenes, I thought those were the best.
Yeah.
Especially the one with his dad. I was so glad that he got to have that like conversation with him.
Yeah, and I said this in the I wrote this down in my notes. It says this is a little bit slow, but I get it. So I would rather a movie be a little bit slow than rush through moments that could be amazing.
Yeah. It was
Because
slow,
a lot
but
of
it
movies
didn't
will
feel
do
slow.
it.
didn't feel
It
too
felt
slow.
it felt a little slow to me at times, where it was kind of like, all right, this is. I kind of want to know where this is going to go, even though I'm enjoying it. I was like, this is slower than Infinity War. Like I think Infinity
they took
War.
their time with the scenes that they took the time where they needed to take the time.
To me, I thought Infinity War was better paced than this movie was.
Infinity War is
I think they had to tie up a lot of stuff. I think they kind of not really retconned, but they kind of fixed some things, or like gave you some closure on some things that didn't get a whole lot of screen time in the earlier movies. You know,
Well,
so that was
I
kind of
just
cool.
think, the characters that had like the most screen time and the like longer scenes were like the characters that, you know, in multiple ways their time was up. So I think they just wanted to give them and give fans especially like time with these last characters like Iron Man and Captain America, Black Widow.
Yeah, I would love to know this, like the screen time count for each character. Like which characters got the most screen time?
Most screen time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like was it Iron Man or was it like Captain America or I know obviously like you said the four you just mentioned got a lot.
Yeah.
So I got to the Soul Stone scene and immediately first
Yes.
thought, oh man, they're gonna have to kill each other. One of them's gonna have to kill the other, and I did not know how they were gonna do that.
I
but
thought that scene was
Yeah.
kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Well, I just loved how it ended with him holding her off the edge, and then she falls, right? Like
Yeah,
she
she's like,
kills
let
herself.
me go. Yeah.
And just to say it, I'm going to say this now. We can talk about that scene before we move on, but I'm going to say this. That's literally where all my notes end because then I just watched the movie and I forgot to write any more notes.
I got some stuff for later.
I mean, yeah, I got stuff too.
But yeah,
oh,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I like it. I'm so glad that they brought these two characters back together so much for like this last movie, but because just the connection between them is so great because just the smallness of when he's like, well, I guess we know who it has to be. And then she's like, yeah, I guess we do know. And like they're holding hands and he's like, I think we're talking about different people. I was like,
Yeah, I did like
that's
that.
like the subtlety.
Yeah.
It was funny, but it was like kind of a joke, but also like you also could tell he meant that they both meant themselves.
Yeah, that's like
that
how do you
scene
do
was
that? How
really
do you
cool.
make that decision?
But like it was a really good scene. Like I think it was the right thing to do for the movie. But I just got thinking like this is so dumb. Like just kill yourself already. Like you're making this more complicated. Like if I was Hawkeye, I would rather you just throw me off a cliff than me scratch my face on the side of a cliff and then you also die.
Well, no,
you
I
have to
thought it
realize
was good
that
because
they're like really good friends. They don't
yeah.
want the other person to die, and they don't really want to die themselves either.
But also, I just thought it was funny how
stinks.
they were trying to stop each other from killing each other by like shooting explosive arrows at each other.
yeah,
He's like,
Yeah,
don't
they're
kill
like-
yourself. I'll kill you first.
he just blows her up and her arms and legs fly off the
He's
cliff.
like, you will not go off this cliff.
he like shoots her arms and legs off, and he's like, "Ha! Now you're a veggie tail. Now I'm jumping off the side."
Right now we're both screwed.
He's like, "Now you can't jump, ha!" And he jumps off. She's got no arms or legs left.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is all the time. They're like in Civil War, they were fighting, and they were like, "Thanks for holding back" or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it was
But
funny.
I'm glad that she's the one. Not that I'm glad, but I'm glad. I'm glad that she's the one. Just in terms of a movie standpoint, that she's the one who went because I think she had the more justifiable reason to go. She's like, I've been like working. I've been dedicating my whole life, to doing this. Like, you're the one who has a family to save, and all these things. I'm like, yeah. Let
was
her
cool.
go, dude. Like,
Also, I think Black Widow has had more like significance, I think, to the story like the whole time than him. So it was.
Yeah.
I like it better when. This sounds sadistic, but I like it better when they sacrifice like an important character. It does more for the story.
Yeah, the less obvious choice, because if Hawkeye died, everyone would have been like, "Oh yeah, Hawkeye, haha, whatever." But I didn't think she was gonna die at all. She was not even a thought in my head was, oh yeah, Black Widow's gonna die. I said they have to give her movie. She can't die. And then she was dying. She was on the floor bleeding. I said, and my friend said, yep, that's it. She's dead. I said, no, the stones. I said the stones are gonna bring her back. They're gonna snap their fingers, right? And then. And my friend's like, no, Shayne, a soul for a soul. Like, it's undoable. I said, no, the stones can bring her back.
No, but the stones. The stones.
I was like, I'm not letting this go.
I do want to bring up that whole soul stone thing. So, no, actually, I'll bring this up at the end. I'm going to make another note.
All right, so now we're at the part where they all get all the stones together and they start working on the gauntlet that they made.
Yep.
And the Hulk snaps.
Which was kind of weird, I'll say that much, because in the movie beforehand, they needed Peter Dinklage in his rock hands to shoot a star into, to make the Infinity Gauntlet.
The weapon for Thor.
Right? But to make the Infinity Gauntlet, he needed all that stuff to make this fancy tool. And then it's just like, or, Iron Man could make it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I don't know. I don't know if he needed the star to make the gauntlet.
No. He needed the star to power the thing so he could make the Stormbreaker for Thor. When he made the gauntlet, everything was running, and then Thanos destroyed everything and killed all his people.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, like, they make the Infinity Gauntlet on this one planet in the galaxy that is like the magic. And it's or you could make it with technology.
That's true, yeah.
And it was just kind of weird. It's fine. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah. What I thought was going to happen was I saw a poster a long time ago with Iron Man holding the Infinity Gauntlet. And I thought it was going to be the other one that was still with Peter Dinklage. I said, they're going to have to go back there and get the other one. Right. And so then they made their own. I said, was he too busy with Game of Thrones to be in the movie? Like, you couldn't.
That's right. So I thought that was a little bit weird. The fight at the end, all the characters coming back. I don't know what to cover. You guys have notes on this?
Okay, so the fight at the end. I have a lot to say about that.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
All right.
Wait, Michael.
No. Yeah, no, everything I have now is at the end.
Okay. We can. So basically, okay.
Wait. Can we talk about the past Thanos when
the whole thing.
So when
was Thanos good in this? Because I felt like he was just kind of
Thanos
plain.
has always been Thanos. Oh,
no, I mean he's
mind.
fine, but like
I thought she meant like
you do not get the Thanos that you got in Infinity War.
You mean
it's not the same. It's not the same Thanos. This is pre. This is pre Guardians.
I know,
Thanos.
but it's like how do I explain it? You don't get to see him at his best. He's not really in the movie very much.
It's not his movie.
And when he's in the movie, it's not the same. It's not as menacing as it was in the other movie.
He wasn't as like imposing as he was in
I know what you mean, but I think that's why he was like the main focus of Infinity War.
Infinity War was Thanos the movie.
Yeah. And I think they didn't want to have him overshadow like the other characters.
It's not a complaint. It's not a complaint.
Kind of it was still good. But I see what you're saying.
I know what you mean though. I do wish he was as intimidating as he was like in Infinity War when he like had the stones and everything.
Yeah, I think the first movie was
I like that
you
see the difference though.
I guess so. They were thinking like they set him up in Infinity War so that way he can just like be in the second movie. They don't have to like spend tons of time on everything. Because you still understand how strong he is.
His army in this movie was a lot better than his army in Infinity War, so past Thanos.
Well, I do like the moment when he's like, you guys are so ungrateful, you don't even know what you have. So this time I'm just going to wipe out everyone. And you're like, oh no!
Yeah.
I did like that.
That was a cool like twist.
He got to see the future. And everything.
I mean,
which
Thanos is a really good character because he's just like, he's just trying to do a thing. He's not even like a dick about it. Like he's pretty much calm the whole time. He's not really like
in his eyes he's not doing anything wrong. He's like
guys, I'm trying to fix it. Hold on.
I'm trying to help you.
I'm gonna turn it back on again.
They're like getting on his back. He's like, "We stop. I'm just trying to get this thing finished. Okay, everyone's gonna be happy. Everybody remain calm.
But so
you won't feel a thing."
But yeah, so the final fight was awesome. So right out of the gate, like it was freaking sweet because you got Thor and Captain America, which I thought Captain America fighting Thanos was like useless, but he was doing pretty good. But then there was a moment when, well, first of all, Thor taking Mjolnir out of the past confused me. I'm like, isn't past Thor gonna not be able to save the world now? I don't know how this works.
Yeah,
but whatever. But
Don't
anyway,
think about it too much.
I thought about it way too much. I have a lot to say. But later, like, I love that moment when Thor's like trying to summon the hammer to himself, and I was thinking of like, oh, either he's gonna come, it's gonna like hit him in the back of the head, hit Thanos in the back of the head, or like Captain America's gonna like throw it to him or something. But then it shows like Captain America picking it up, and like he hits like Thanos in the face, and Thor's like, yes, I knew it.
When I
It's just
tell
so
you.
epic.
I forgot to say, just for audience too, I went like premiere night, so I was with all the super fans. When I tell you the amount of screaming during that part and the amount of cheering and screaming, the whole movie was insane. But especially during that final fight when he got the hammer, well, for me, I was like, that's right. This is why he's number one. None of you can compare.
well, you
He's
know
gonna
that
kill
they
Thanos.
like hinted at that in
And Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
right?
because he moves the hammer just
Yeah.
a little bit, and Thor gets nervous. He's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, I love how they call back to so many things that like from movies and movies ago that you wouldn't really remember unless you're like a fan, and so I thought that was cool.
Yeah, him with the hammer was pretty awesome.
That was so epic.
The fight with Thanos was good. Everyone really
everyone
kind of
came
liked
back.
it when Captain Marvel got blasted.
Oh, with the Power Stone, yeah.
It was kind of funny though, because it's like she came in, she destroyed a bunch of stuff, which was cool. But then she goes to fight him, and he just
Yeah, well, that's,
was
that's
like
what she gets
cartoon
for being
almost.
late. Yeah, I was like, that's what she gets for being late. Where were you? You should have been here this whole time. I understand you're protecting the rest of the galaxy, but I know.
But we don't
It just
care.
annoys me. Yeah, we
time
don't.
for that. This
but
movie
I-
actually, Guardians of the Galaxy, did not have those characters too much. Obviously, it had Rocket,
Yeah,
but it's like, or sorry, let me rephrase what I'm saying. Infinity War had so many of the superheroes that this one, it was weird having so many of them gone, because
Yeah.
you didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy hardly at all. You didn't see Black Panther hardly at all. It was like, let's
No,
go back to the
their
original
focus.
Avengers.
Yeah, that was their focus. The focus on the original, which I really liked. I didn't notice that until halfway through the movie. I was like, oh, none of the original Avengers disappeared. I said, oh, I didn't notice that before.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's all the originals were still there.
Yeah.
was
But
kinda
when,
cool.
when everyone came back, like the little Doctor Strange portals were opening, or not, maybe they weren't Doctor Strange portals, but when like everyone was coming back, I said, oh, this is about to be it. This is about to be some epic stuff, and the whole Wakandan army just showed up. I was like, this is too much. I said, this is
I know.
At first I was like,
So much. Michael, go ahead.
I'm like,
at first
how
I
do
was like, oh, just Black Panther. That's kind of helpful, I guess. And then like
you- just
everyone else showed up. I was like, oh snap, here we go.
It's freaking unicorns
Yeah.
and
So,
Black Panther's whole army.
during the
and
final
lights,
fight,
everything.
let's talk about the most controversial buzz topic of this movie.
Oh man,
I forgot which character it was, but one of the characters got the gauntlet, and they had to like get it to Ant-Man in the time portal, and someone was like, oh, you can't do it alone, and then someone's like, she's not alone, and then every single female
yeah, guess who that was? It was Captain
turns
freaking
around.
Marvel.
Wait
Yes,
a
there
minute,
we go.
wait a minute. What happened?
So Captain
How do you
Marvel.
not remember
No,
this?
I'm not understanding what you're saying is so controversial.
I'll tell
What
you,
happened?
Luke. So Captain
I'm
Marvel
just-
picked up the gauntlet,
It's not actually controversial. That was sarcasm.
and
Oh.
well, no, but Captain Marvel picked up the gauntlet, and like someone's like, you can't do this. You can't get there by alone, which she totally can. She flew through a spaceship
really
a second
can,
ago.
though.
It's fine, but like all the girls, some girl character is like, she's not alone, and literally every single female character that is there is just like around her.
Even
at
if
this
they
moment.
weren't even near that area during this fight, they just all showed up and turned around like we're
And she
with
like
her.
just like flew through them anyway. They barely did anything. She could have just flown through it and shot
Yeah.
everybody with her mega space.
Yeah.
It's like, so
I wish-
like my girlfriend was watching it, and every time Captain Marvel did anything, she just goes, "Ugh, I can't stand her." Like, what is she doing? Like
yeah.
that in that moment, she was just like, "What is this?" Because I mean,
Yeah, no.
they were trying to do like a female empowerment moment, just kind of
Yeah.
like in Infinity War. But all the girls I talked to about it said
Yeah,
it was super
they-
lame and
Because
awkward.
it was because
What is this
Michael,
Captain Marvel?
because-
It's just
That
the
is the one
worst.
bad
You
thing
want to know
about this
why?
Everyone
Because
hates
in
her.
Infinity War, the girl says the Scarlet Witch something, and then Black Widow's like she's not alone, and then it's two other girls helping Scarlet Witch. That was cool. This was every female character that has been in one of these movies out of nowhere showing up for like a photograph. Like, let's take this picture.
It's like,
it's like at the end. It's like at
it was
the
such
end,
a Me Too movement that I was like,
it's like at the end of Return of the Jedi, at the very end when they all kind of like pose for the camera, and it's like they just like put their arms around each other and they're like, "Cheese," and then the movie ends. It's like that where they'll just swooped in and they're like, "Pose."
Yeah, that's literally how it was filmed. I was like, is this their Me Too movement? They snuck one of those in there.
Okay, so at this point, the big battle happens. The hammer, all the characters.
Boom.
Iron Man gets the gauntlet and blows up
coming.
Thanos, and then he dies. His last words are, "I am Iron Man." That's pretty
Is that
sad.
what he said?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't really understand him. I was too like
Emotionally
I was
invested.
too. No, that's no.
pretty
What's so
sad,
funny?
man.
No. You want to know what's so funny about this? Because everyone,
Funny.
I'm sure everyone in the theater was like sad that this was happening. They couldn't believe Iron Man was dying. Me, I was like, "Whoa! It's not Captain America. Thank God." That's all. Because my anxiety was so high. I was like, "He's gonna die. He's gonna die." And then when Iron Man died, I said, "Okay, well they can't kill them both." And so that's when I was like, "Okay, I'm glad he's dead."
But they sort of
Yeah, kind of
do.
But I like that Iron Man was the one. I like that he's the one who got to kind of end Thanos in a way, just because, you know, Thanos has been haunting him for years and years, and he's had all this regrets about everything. So I'm glad in his last moments he's kind of able to fix everything. Even though he said he says at near the beginning of the movie he wants to get back what he's lost, but not lose what he found or what he has now, or something like that. And I like that because technically that's true, but maybe he just lost his life. But you know, he got back, you know, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and his daughter, and you know, still gets to be alive and everything.
I'm glad that they had Peter Parker with him when he was dying.
Yeah,
I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it was cool.
it was a nice call.
It was like very emotional moment. So let me talk about Gamora. So
You mean
that's the only
fake
part.
Mora?
That's the only part of the movie that I don't think quite works, because it's like the real Gamora fell off the
dead.
mountain.
Yeah.
Last thing she remembers is she's falling, she's screaming, and like she knows that the world's gonna end. She failed, then she dies, and now it's like no, Gamora's back, and it's like that's not her. She didn't go through all the stuff that the other one went through.
I mean,
it's
they
like
should.
it's like a
they know
clone.
that, though.
That'd be like Spider-Man dying, and then they're like, "Well, we made a clone." And you're like,
But I'm confused.
"Yeah, but that's the clone."
Yes, they know it's not the real Gamora, though.
I know.
Or it's not. It's not.
But
their
it's kind of
Gamora.
weird because it's like, what is he supposed to fall in love with the twin Gamora?
No, he's going because in the movie he's going to search for the real Gamora, but he doesn't know that he probably can't find her. Well, that's supposed to be for Guardians 3. But
What?
Yeah. He knows that's not the real Gamora, and he goes searching for like the actual one. He doesn't care.
You
about
know this
her.
happens?
I mean, that's just I've watched like a lot of
Oh
people
yeah,
talk about the movie
I just
in
realized
theories,
too.
but
Chris Pratt basically gets Gamora back by sacrificing Iron Man. Did you realize that? because they were about to defeat Thanos, and then he had to start punching him, and then that's when Thanos
so
got
mad
away.
about that, yeah.
And so it's like because of Chris Pratt, we got
Iron Man
Gamora
died.
back and lost Iron Man.
There you go.
It's all,
Thanks,
honestly, this is
Chris
really
Pratt.
this is honestly all Chris Pratt's fault. I've been saying that since Infinity War. If
Yeah,
you guys
totally.
it's cool for two
Yeah,
more
Thor,
seconds,
Thor felt all bad and was drinking, and it's like, it's not your fault, man.
right?
It's just, you know,
Stupid kid
whatever
over
his
there.
name is.
Star-Lord.
Captain Star Wars. Yeah,
Captain Unisuit.
I couldn't remember what his name was. I was like, Commander Space Helmet with the guns.
But I also kept
jetpack.
saying that Iron Man's not really dead. They have the stones. I just kept saying the stones.
Mr. Cassette Tape Man. You know? It's all because of him.
Oh,
There you go.
But yeah, no,
So-
I mean, like they also made a
He'll
point.
redeem himself in Guardians 3.
Shane, they made a point not to like to say they weren't going to bring anybody else back besides people who were snapped away, which I feel like was a good rule, but I think they could have brought some people back. But
well, no, I guess
what they did.
I get it because I get it because one, we've never really seen any of them die before, and two, you want to keep the weight of it because if you just bring them back, it's like, okay, well now I can't really take death seriously.
I'm down for some death, but
and I was like, wow, they're just really dead like that. So interesting.
Yeah. So when Captain America goes back in time, and then comes back, I first thought like, oh, he's gonna have Black Widow with him, or he's gonna have Iron Man with him, or something. And then it was just him, old, which I don't quite get. And I know you guys have opinions on that too. This is a little bit of a plot hole.
Well,
a little bit. Well, kind of like a time hole because he went back. So he went back to marry Peggy Carter. That's implied. And then, but I don't
think he did.
Well, he married a version of her.
I don't think he did.
I think because
when Falcon asked him, "Oh, do you want to tell me about her?" and he's like, he basically says no.
He had a ring on.
I mean, they showed him dancing with her.
Luke, how do you notice that? How do you notice him wearing a ring, but you don't notice?
It's visual.
Shayne, they showed a scene of him dancing. They showed a scene of him dancing with her, Shayne.
No, but I know. But
because it's visual. I know visual. I don't listen to what anyone in movies says. I just
don't listen to what they says.
Because I don't think that he married her. I don't know. I've just seen a lot of theories, and they were saying this with the time thing that she would still have to die when she dies, so he wouldn't have lived his full life.
She didn't die
with her.
He saved her.
No, she does die.
She does
later.
die, Michael.
She dies in like Civil War or something.
No, yeah, but he went back before that. He went back because he had to return the Tesseract.
So here's what doesn't make sense.
The war
she
he was
has
in.
kids, and she's married. Hold on.
Yeah,
she has kids. Hold on.
Yes,
she has kids. Stop talking. She has kids, and she's married in like Civil War. So when he goes back in time, do those kids just vanish?
Yep. Also, he kissed his niece.
And also,
he kissed
he's not,
his freaking niece.
Hold on. He's also not. Oh yeah, what happened to her? She just disappeared.
She kissed her uncle
she
and died.
She
wasn't in another movie. Hold up. So he goes back in time, and then he's not Captain America. So then, like, what? Hydra's just like running around now? Like, he doesn't stop them anymore.
Okay. No,
I understand.
Remember, they said that just when they go back in time, a new timeline is created. It doesn't change the current one.
So now there's a new timeline where Hydra is killing Jews.
All of that stuff
how
is
is he in the current? How's he back in the? Hold on.
Because you return back to your own time.
What?
No, but how? He didn't have a time machine with him.
He came back.
No, he was.
No, let me explain. Because you guys clearly did not watch the movie. So Hulk says...
You didn't even know he had a wedding ring on. You don't know anything.
That's right. It's like,
I'm not looking at his wedding ring. I'm too feeling my feelings.
Listen, we repeat the whole movie from start to end, and then we forgot one little part, and Shayne's like, you guys obviously didn't watch the movie.
It's true. But, so the part where I think Falcon or Bucky asked Hulk, well, how long is it going to take? And he's like, for him, as long as he wants. For us, 5 seconds. And then he counts down to 5, and he flips the switch, and then nothing happens. And they're like, wait, what happened? He should be back. And he's like, yeah, he missed his timestamp, which is the time where he would have come back as the version he left now. But he kept going, living his life in the future, and then came back at that age with the little whatever his little.
No, he didn't come back at that age. He lived.
Actually, I think that makes sense. I think Shayne is right. I think he comes. I think
he has to come back.
No, I think he comes back. It's just like instead of it being 5 seconds, it's like 30 seconds. So instead of 5 years, it's been like 50 years.
I see what you're saying, Luke. But he would have come back through the time machine if that was the case. He didn't. He was just there because he watched.
Or maybe he could just run really fast. Did you think about that? He runs faster than cars.
I think I don't think that was their point. I think they wanted to show that
Shayne,
that Captain America has moved on and he's passing the torch on the Falcon like in the comics. I think that's all they wanted to do.
And then walked to the forest, but they didn't see him yet because in their timeline he'd only done that 5 seconds ago.
He's like an old man walking to the bench as everything's getting blown up with Thanos.
Yeah, like
he's just walking to the park and everything's blowing up. Oh, this is about time this started happening. I just don't know if that's accurate. I think he transports there or something.
No, I think he walks. I think he lives his life and shows up there.
I don't know.
Yes, I know.
He's like, yes,
So here's the other
I
thing.
know.
Here's the other plot hole. Okay, so Peter Parker, smoke, right? No.
How would
no,
he know
no,
they were
my
there?
turn. Let me say it.
I'm not saying
No,
anything. I'm just
let me say
listening.
it. Okay.
I'm listening.
Peter Parker turns into smoke, and then I guess his friend must have turned into smoke, or not. But it's like it's 5 years later,
That
so
was
half the
confusing.
class is going to be 5 years older.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
should have
like,
graduated.
That's going to be so weird because
whole
half
world.
the kids are going to be they went to college and the other half are still in high school.
Yeah, the whole world's messed up, man. Because people like left for 5 years.
People
Yeah,
got
they
married
said-
probably.
yeah,
Their
they said they're
husband
supposed to
vanished
be-
and then they got remarried and then the husband came back. Oof.
Yeah. They said Far
a
From
rough
Home was
world.
supposed to be like a post
I think Thanos was right.
Endgame world.
It's supposed to be like a couple days after.
Thanos
Yeah,
is
yeah,
right.
yeah.
They
So
should have just
they
left
should-
the
we
world
should
that
get
way.
A lot of questions.
Yeah,
answered.
that's the thing. Like, the world must
Well,
be in
no.
such turmoil now.
I
No,
like
think
that
about it,
because
Wouldn't that be insane?
People
though?
just
Hold on.
finished
They
mourning.
can't do this. They
Yeah.
can't do this. But imagine if after 5 years, when it was like 5 years later, if everything was really, really good.
like they
Wouldn't
were all
that
living their
blow
best
your
lives.
mind? It's like
Yeah.
Thanos was right.
Yeah. Then we'd have
Like
no movie.
everyone's way happier and everyone's like the world's way better. I thought about that when it went into the 5 years. I was like, that would be a trippy movie. If
Yeah, that would
that's
be
what happened.
good if you didn't lose anyone important to you. Then I would be like, yeah, live my best life.
You're like, look at
Got
there's
all my
no
family.
traffic anymore. It's like everything's a lot cheaper.
Well, I don't know, but then half of your favorite shows would be canceled. There'd be no more movies. All your actors
You're
are
like,
dead.
half
There's
the-
no music.
No, it's like I'm watching Game of Thrones, and well, it's actually kind of the same because people die all the time in that show. You're like, all of the actors that played the characters died, or actually maybe that didn't
Yeah.
happen. Maybe it's
But
just
no.
normal.
I like that, and I really hope that they played that up and they really show that should affect people and it really should affect the world. It's like half of you missed 5 years of existence. You need to catch up, or there's differences now between people. It's like, I haven't known you for 5 years. Like, I need to get to know you again, or whatever. So they have a lot of room where they can play with that. So
The world must be
I
so
thought it
crazy
was a good thing.
the next couple of years while they're trying to figure that out. That
I guess
guy, that
every
gay guy,
Marvel movie.
that gay guy's boyfriend's back, and he was going on a date with another guy like a day before that.
That's
Ooh,
horrible.
That they're gonna break up.
Who knows?
They have to. That's the
He's
rule.
like, look, we haven't been
That's the
dating for
rule.
5 years, right?
He cheated on him.
Wow. Could you imagine it comes back? Wow, you cheated on me. It's like, what?
Well, yeah, because he wouldn't even know. He'd be
Right.
like, the other guy's like, well, I just took a nap, and all of a sudden you're with this other man. No,
Well,
but
yeah,
so
that's how Spider-Man said it was. He
that's
was
what I
like,
mean. So, what was I gonna say about? Oh, every single Marvel movie after this either needs to take place after this movie or before this movie. Now, like that 5 year period, and they either have to take place in the future or in the past.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any of them are going to take place during that 5 years
No.
of present
No.
day. You know.
Yeah.
So every Marvel movie from now on is taking place in like 2024.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, that's good. It allows now the actors can look their actual ages. And
Well, Tom Holland's gonna be like, not Tom Holland. The new Spider-Man movie is supposed to be like a couple days after Endgame.
yeah.
Oh,
Which is weird.
Did you know?
It's supposed to be
Yeah, I didn't know
Revelation.
that. I thought that was kind of odd that they did that.
They said it's
because-
going to bookend the phase 3 instead of
So
starting phase 4, which is weird.
did you guys? During the Captain America, during the Iron Man funeral, did you see that teenage kid?
Yeah, I didn't know who
Yeah,
he was.
wasn't he,
I looked
you know
him
who it
up
is?
later.
Iron Man 2 or something like that?
He's the kid from Iron Man 3.
Iron
Yeah.
Man 3. Yeah.
I realized that later. I wondered if that could be him.
I
but
really
he
said,
didn't
who
look
is
like
that
him to me.
kid? I was like, who is
Yeah.
that?
I think everyone did that. We're like, who's that guy?
I recognized everyone else. I said, oh, that's this, that's this. And I said, who's this kid? I have not seen the Iron Man films.
All right,
Well, I
what
saw
else
it,
do
but,
we
like,
want
that
to?
one he was like a chubby redhead kid. And that one he was like a tall, skinny, black-haired, whooshy-haired kid.
No, he wasn't chubby.
He wasn't chubby? I thought he was chubby.
I don't think he had red hair either.
Oh.
It's like you're thinking of a completely different movie.
I think I'm
oh
just
yeah, that
imagining
was
the
Home
Christmas
Alone.
Story kid.
No. What else do you guys want to talk about? Those are all my notes.
Yeah, I mean, I said everything. We've talked about everything I wrote down.
Captain America was freaking awesome.
Yeah, he was really.
I'm
good.
just glad Captain America did not die. That's all. If I got anything out of this movie, I'm just so glad that he did not die. Even though I kind of wanted him to die because I hyped it up so much. But I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Like I still think like
I want to see it again. It was
I
a
want
lot.
to see it again for sure.
9
I think
hours.
it was probably one of the best Marvel movies so far. But also, it stands on the shoulders of all the other ones. Like, it wouldn't be good by itself.
Yeah.
So tell me this: out of 10, what would you guys give it?
Ooh.
Like, as a movie, 8.5 out of 10. But it was like exactly what it needed to be. Like, it was really good.
It's not just a movie. I would give it. It's more. It's more of an experience. I don't think you can really look at it just as a movie. I would give it like. I don't know. I need to see it again, but I'd probably give it like a 9. I really liked it.
As a theme park ride, it was a 10.
3-hour movie. Yeah,
as
an experience, like a 10 out of 10. But I thought it was.
I would say as 9. A summary of the whole story, like an ending to a lot of those characters, I would say like a 9. As a movie, I think probably an 8. It was very satisfying. Like they really tied everything up really well. But when I was thinking about it, and I have to see it again, I think Infinity War was a better film. I was going to say, which one do you think is better? I think Infinity War was a better film.
Same.
And just in terms of like,
pacing.
From the perspective of Thanos, the story, it was more like this movie felt like, not a direct comparison, but similar to Dark Knight Rises, while Infinity War felt like Dark Knight. Where Dark Knight Rises had a ton of things that happened and it tied everything together, and it was like this big, epic, big movie. But the Joker and like the iconicness of all the things that happened in Dark Knight, that's what I felt in Infinity War with Thanos and the snapping and the ending, like the silence, and then him on the farm, and everyone turning to dust. It was like an Empire Strikes Back type movie. I think it's better, but I still love this one too.
Well, that's what's actually a note that I did write down was I said that this movie feels a lot like how ending movies feel like in series, and then the one before is usually at least what I can compare it to. They're always a lot better in terms of the last one, because the last one you do have to tie things up and it does have to be a different type of film. But I do agree with you. I do think Infinity War is I don't want to say better film right now because I just want to see Endgame again, but I do think it's the more enjoyable film. I feel like Endgame you have to have watched the movies to kind of know everything that's going on. Infinity War, I think you can watch Infinity War with little context and still kind of have a good idea of what's going on and keep up with the story.
Again,
but
it's
Infinity War,
a sequel.
Yeah, Infinity War. I think the pacing is great. There's a lot.
Infinity War. Infinity War is a season finale or a series finale. That's what it feels like. Like a series finale is good because you have the whole show leading up to it, and it ties everything together. Yeah. But Infinity War felt like a standalone film that, from beginning to end, it was like that was really good.
I agree.
I think because Infinity War is almost. I think is probably the best Marvel movie. I think. Actually, well, no. I think Guardians is the best. But Infinity War.
Captain or Winter Soldier.
Really?
Yeah, Winter Soldier was really good. I think Guardians and Winter Soldier would probably be my top 2.
I think Infinity War is better than Civil War, and I think the reason Guardians I think is the best.
Civil War is trash. Just kidding.
Or not Civil War. Sorry, whatever it is. Winter Soldier. Yeah. So hold up. Guardians, in terms of Marvel movies, I think is the best because it's the most iconic by far. It's like the music, the characters, the humor. It changed all the Marvel movies. It was the most explosive one out of all of them. And it's like people who wouldn't watch Marvel movies watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. They had great marketing with that movie. Ooh.
Yeah, they really did. Everything about that movie was like 10 out of 10.
Made Chris Pratt a star.
Right, it did.
Star deserved to be.
So yeah, not Infinity War.
Endgame. Yes. Do not call this Infinity War Part 2.
Well, what if I called it Infinity Wars 2?
Yeah, we would not be in communication.
You're like, okay,
anymore.
goodbye. I'm off the podcast.
Yeah, that's just it. Yep. All right. Signing off.
All right. I think we're done. So go watch Endgame. If you listen to this whole podcast without watching it, you are stupid.
It's okay. We didn't spoil much if you haven't seen it yet. So
That's right.
don't worry. You'll still be lots of surprises.
Right. Michael, do you have any plugs?
Not really. Just follow me on the Instagram.
All
Michael
right.
Demas,
Shayne,
Michael Demas, MyKolDimas. Do it.
Cool.
Smash that subscribe button.
smash that like button
Smash
on my
that like
profile.
and follow and do those things.
Because on
Click the
Instagram,
Click the notification bell one
you're
time.
like, hit the notification like bell and subscribe to my pictures and
subscribe to
follow my YouTube thing.
Yes, that.
Shayne.
Yes, you can check out my podcast that I host, Pop Talk Podcast, SoundCloud and iTunes. Just search up Pop Talk Podcast for all those cool things. And then you follow my Instagram or Twitter, Mr. McCatty, MrMCCATTY. And really cool. I'm going to try to do like a lot of Instagram updates with this, especially since we're kind of kicking in really into the process. But holding my first ever like open auditions for my musical, my second musical, this upcoming weekend. I don't know when you're going to hear this, but this upcoming weekend. So very excited about that. We send out, it's literally open audition, so anyone can really come. So I'm just excited to go through that process. So you can check out my Instagram, stay updated on all things new musical, which I can't say the name yet, but when I can, I will.
Boom.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Follow our podcast Instagram at WAITSB Podcast. We post lots of funny memes. It's worth it. Go follow.
Go follow.
Say it like
You'll
that.
find out everything that we're doing, things we're going to talk about. We have polls and questions. And so if you want to be a part of the podcast, our Instagram is the place to do it. You can follow me on Instagram at Luke Roxwold, which is LukeRockswold. I post cool pictures, memes, videos, whatever. It's a good time. People like me. I think. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's like people like enjoy hanging out with my Instagram stuff. So,
Do it.
thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you thought of Endgame. I almost said Infinity War.
Endgame. Well, let us know.
Oh,
what you guys
wait.
about too.
I forgot something I want to
They're
talk about.
related.
Oh, what?
It's okay. It'll be
Swear
short.
to God.
Does anybody notice that Taylor Swift also released a song called Endgame?
Yes.
Best YouTube SEO strategy
Oh,
ever.
that was really smart.
The song is terrible. Like she literally
What?
just made it just
The
to
song
get
is a
these
bop.
views.
The
No,
song's a half bop.
I remember I got stuck in my head. I was like, Endgame. And I was like, was
That's
that like a meme
stupid.
stuck in my
That'd
head?
be like that's like the Star Wars movie comes out and I release a song called Star Wars.
Even
it's
though,
just like the same
even though,
day.
Yeah.
That's so
no,
smart.
that song came out in 2017.
Oh, really?
Way before this movie was even talked about.
It's popping up. It just popped up on YouTube like yesterday.
Yes, because it's convenient and good for her. She'll make a lot of money. So
Man, I wonder if they knew. I wonder if she knew that it was.
I
gonna
should
be-
look up to see.
she could see
What
the
if
future.
what if I made a song called Far From Home?
You should do it.
I'm sure those exist, but
We should probably make a
get that
YouTube video
money.
called Far From Home. That'd be
Then
more sense for your
Spider-Man
brand.
comes out and all the views go to me. Be smart.
Oh yeah, this was a year
Smart
ago.
marketing.
Dang.
All right, that was stupid, Michael.
I guess I should have done more research before I saw that up.
All right, guys, thank you for listening to this episode. Let us know what you thought of that movie and outro music.